Valorant. How did we end up here? There's actually so much wrong with this game that I didn't actually get to all of it in my last video. Let's dig in. Why do you despise me? And Omen will be around. First off, shooting mechanics. When you play any other game, recoil shakes your screen. You can feel the gun. You can control your aim in real time by seeing how much your aim is shaking. Valorant doesn't give you this. Instead, nothing shakes, everything is still, and you just watch your bullets follow a spray pattern. 3 to 5 shots in, you can hit someone in the head. Your team tells you good job, and you didn't actually do anything. Wallbang. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Shouldn't be a thing. This is easily one of the dumbest aspects of the game. Just like the recoil of guns, Wallbang gives advantage to Valorant-specific addicts who sit around memorizing walls and angles just to get picks. These aren't sheets of metal, these are walls. It allows even mediocre players to be able to compete. You can have raw talent and battle sense and then be outplayed by someone whose girlfriend left him, so he had too much time to kill memorizing Valorant maps. And maybe you've noticed, but the knifing mechanics of the game were made by a Tier X who apparently couldn't stretch his arms further than 2 inches. Omen? Where'd you go? Look behind you. Oh, that's not creepy. Yeah, no. Netcode. The netcode for this game is noticeably lacking. During a shoot-off, the last shot rarely registers, but even putting that aside, if you simply play the game long enough, every few days, you'll get a pretty sign saying, network issues. Now, in the comments section on the last video, a lot of you tried to blame that on me, which I suppose is reasonable. It's more likely that my network connection is faulty, rather than the network servers of a big game. I mean, just look at these comments right here. But don't be fooled, it is an issue with the game. Not only do these network issues appear occasionally for everyone I've asked, but here, you can see that it actually happened for my whole team and the opposite team. This is also an issue that followed me across 2 different network providers. Another issue is bullet registration. Admittedly, I'm not as upset with this one, despite how often bullets don't register for me and turns a clutch into ah! I could feel his death riding the natural balance. The reality is that bullet registration is an issue with many games, like Warzone, and it can be a lot worse. But this game still has clear holes in bullet registration. Speaking of the netcode, from what I've seen, the game's netcode was designed to very cleverly hide ping issues. In turn, this can sometimes make someone who might be an average player seem like a flicking god. And as if all of these weren't enough reason to not play Valorant, Vanguard, the anti-cheat, is a Chinese-owned anti-cheat by the company Tencent. This is a company that also has a messaging app where 300 million private messages were exposed just a couple years ago. The Vanguard anti-cheat is always on in the background of your computer, using the highest security privileges. When it comes to privacy, you probably don't want this on your computer. Sage, the life you give. Do you ever wonder where it's taken from? Overall, this game isn't very good. From the game mechanics to the gameplay, it doesn't engage me. If I had to find one thing Valorant did right, I'd say it's making money. Those skins cost a fortune and people always buy them. I'll see you guys next time. Bloopers. There's actually so much wrong with this game that I didn't get to it all in my last video. Vanguard is owned by Disney. By Chinese Disney. Tencent. Yeah, and I wouldn't trust them, but that's just me. I wouldn't trust them either.